Hi guys, I'm Trisha from Remax Capital. I'm here now in my exclusive prime listing in Varsity Hills, Loyola Heights, Quezon City. I'm quite familiar with this village because I have relatives who used to live here. They actually found this location quite convenient because it's actually walking distance to the Ateneo de Manila University. Since Varsity Hills is in the area of Katipunan, it allows you to be near 3 prestigious schools in the country. That's Ateneo de Manila University, University of the Philippines Diliman, and Miriam College. Multiple Intelligence School and Costco School are also found in this area. This area of Quezon City is also a hub for a lot of commercial establishments. You have UP Town Center and a lot of restaurants and coffee shops. You also have various access points to C5, EDSA, and Commonwealth. Now that I've shared with you some key points about the village, let me now share with you this prime property I have for sale. This property is found in one of the prime streets of the village, so it relatively has a wider road compared to others. So as we enter, we have this foyer. I like that it has these arched windows to let natural light in. It makes the space brighter and, as we call it, maaliwalas. I think as it is, it already has its own charm because the owner added some benches and some artwork that can be statement pieces and talking points when you have guests arriving here. And as the new owner, you can of course recreate this space and experiment the way you like it based on your own design and style. I think the layout for this property is quite workable since we're working with an open space layout, and the structure for this house is what we call concrete or buhos in Filipino terms. So on this side, you have the living area, and so just a few steps away, you have the dining area, and I like that it leads towards this even more spacious lanai. So if you want a different setup for lunch or dinner, or you have more guests coming over, then you have this additional space where you can add some tables and chairs. I also like that there's an access going to the garage and going to the service kitchen. So that gives you a lot of access points to different areas of the house. And over to this side, here we have the main kitchen, but the surprise is we have an even bigger auxiliary kitchen, or the secondary kitchen. They even set up this dining table here for regular days when you're just rushing, or well, you're not just really having a family occasion. So this is just a space where you can have your simple dinners and lunch. And an additional space again is we have the dirty kitchen. So this is where they do all the cooking and the heavy works. And through this area, you can also access the second house. One more thing I like about the layout of this house is they have a ground floor bedroom with its own ensuite toilet and bath. I think this is very ideal to future-proof your home, or if you have seniors staying over with you, they don't have to use the stairs to walk up to the rooms since everything's just right here in the ground floor. Okay, let's move up to the second floor. So here on the second floor of the main house, you have 3 rooms, 2 baths, and an additional storage space. Let me show you my favorite room on this floor. You have this spacious room with, again, these arched windows that leads to this balcony. But I like that this house has a lot of surprises. As you can see, we have tons of storage space, but when you open this, here you go! More cabinet space, and you have your toilet and bath with this Balinese style of design. Okay, so let's move on to the second house. Actually, this is a smaller house, but you can use it as an annex if you have relatives staying over, or if your in-laws are staying with you too. Okay, let's enter. So there are 2 access points to get to the second structure. You can use that door or through the service area right over here. Okay, let's enter. So this house is actually newer compared to the main house because this was built in the 90s, 10 years after they built the first house. So they have like this separate place for the siblings to hang out. So you have this main living room and you have the dining area and the kitchen right over here. You even have a small pocket garden there for their dogs. So on this side, we have this dining area as well as this kitchen with your own island counter. This can work as your breakfast nook for days when you're just busy and rushing to get to work. And right there, you also have separate areas for service kitchen and the helper's room. So basically, it's your own private space apart from the main house. As I said, this house was built in the 90s, but because the homeowners really maintain their property, they actually make renovations every so often. Like this kitchen was actually renovated just 5 years ago. As you can see, they already have modern island countertops, and you even have these additional hanging shelves that are soft close. And yeah, so you already have this very bright space that will need really minimal renovations. So on the second floor, you have 4 bedrooms and 2 baths. And if you're curious about these stairs, this actually leads to a roof deck, which became their sanctuary during the pandemic. They actually have a lot of plants placed there. It was a hobby that, well, we basically all started during that time. So that's just the perfect space for them. So just a recap on the details of this property, the lot area is 907.3 square meters, subdivided into 2 lots of 388 and 519.3 square meters. For the main house, you have 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, Narra wood stairs, a 4-car garage, a driver's and a maid's room with separate bathrooms, and a den convertible into a home office. For the second house, you have 4 rooms and 2.5 baths. You also have a studio and a maid's room at the back. There's a lot of potential for a property this big. You can either demolish the entire structure and start anew, or with a great architect, you can retain the concrete structure and refurbish it in a way to blend the classic and modern design. This property is also ideal as a multi-family home since you have the second structure for in-laws or relatives staying over. Whatever you decide to do with the space, what's important is you are buying a property in a really good location. I remember my mentor saying, with the budget, you can change everything and anything about the house, but never its location. So as cliche as it sounds, it really is location, location, location. So if you like this prime listing in Varsity Hills and would like to schedule a visit, please call 0927-791-6493, or you may message us on Instagram at @theopenhouseph. Have a great day, guys!